and welcome to this night's edition of ETV News. I'm Lauren Zenzi.
And I'm Megan Saunders.
Former Australian Guantanamo Bay detainee David Hicks has had his terrorism conviction overturned in the United States. Hicks, 39, pleaded guilty in 2007 to providing material support to terrorism. On Wednesday, a U.S. court struck down the conviction on the grounds that the charge was not a war crime and should not have been heard in military court. U.S. civilian courts ruled that a charge providing material support for terrorism cannot be considered a war crime in cases that were brought before 2006. Hicks' guilty plea was part of a bargain that allowed him to go home to Australia and serve 9 months of a 7-year sentence.
Willimantic police had quite the debacle on their hands on Tuesday morning when a robbery suspect pulls a knife on himself. 37-year-old Daniel Ashford robbed the Main Street Willimantic CVS on Tuesday morning. Police reported that Ashford attempted to slit his own throat upon their arrival at his Main Street home. Police are now trying to link Ashford to at least 2 other robberies in town, one at Wyndham Wine and Spirits on Main Street and the other at the Main Street subway.
Popular app-based taxi service Uber will be coming closer to Eastern than you might have expected. Mohegan Sun Casino announced on Wednesday that Uber will be added to the list of safe transportation options, and from the Uncasville Casino. Using your smartphone, you can hail a cab, request a driver, and pay their tip right through the app. Mohegan Sun aims to make itself and the surrounding areas more accessible to their guests. Last month, Mohegan Sun announced their partnership with Blade, which is a round-trip helicopter flight between Mohegan Sun and New York City. These are just 2 of your many convenient options to travel to the casino very safely.
Bullying in America has been an epidemic for quite some time now. When the average person thinks of people who are bullies, they might usually picture a teenager victimizing a younger child. In Steamwood High School in Illinois, this was not the case. 15-year-old Stephen Davis was the victim of a verbal attack by none other than the substitute teacher in his class. When the students in his classroom decided to draw a crudely illustrated cartoon of him, it depicted Stephen with big ears, buck teeth, and weight. Sure enough, the substitute teacher joined in on the fun. Stephen took out his phone to record what was going on. The video showed that the teacher labeled the picture with profanity. Davis told CBS Chicago that he's used to getting picked on for his weight, but never like this. Quote, "I get bullied a lot because of my weight, and it's basically background noise to me. But this is the first time a teacher has actually done it," unquote, Davis said. Stephen's sister, Brianna, took charge of the situation and posted the video online. She was quoted saying, "I decided to post the video so people could see what was going on in classrooms and in schools. It's not just about Stephen, it's about the other students who go through this every day, and nothing ever happens to the people that are bullying them," she says. The matter has yet to be resolved.
A light shined very bright in New York City the other day. Charlie, who's a 10-year-old roaming homeless dog, was rescued by residents that did not believe he would survive in the cold New England temperatures that mauled New England over the past several days. The dog was shipped to Blue Paw Veterinary Partners Specialty and Emergency Hospital in Manhattan on Monday. When the veterinarian saw him, he was dull and lethargic, but had many improvements over the last couple days. The people living around the area know that the dog, Ricky, neighbors were able to get the dog into a van and drive him home safely. One thing is for sure, that Ricky is a much better way and will be able to survive through this tough weather.
Last Saturday marked the 3rd anniversary of Romantic Willimantic's Record on Main Street. The show, which was part of the annual Chocolate Festival, hosted local bands from the area, including Eastern's own So Sorry. Chris Otero, bassist of So Sorry and Eastern sophomore, said, quote, "It was one of the most packed shows we have ever played there. Joe, the owner and operator, is always so nice to us, and it means the world to us to play there with other awesome acts," end quote.
Over in India, a couple has decided to leave all of their property to their pet monkey. The couple were rejected from their families after they married because of their interfaith relationship, which is controversial in parts of India. The two were never able to have any children, so that when they adopted an abandoned baby monkey, they raised him like their own. That lucky pet monkey named Chunmin will one day be the owner of all of the couple's new property.
All this snow cleanup is starting to take a toll on town budgets. Town officials in Tolland say their cleanup funds are dwindling. According to the town manager, $232,000 had been set aside for salt and supplies, but last week they had to ask for an additional $75,000. They also may need an additional $100,000 if the winter weather continues. The overtime pay is also becoming costly, causing several concerns.
As college students, we all know bacon can go with just about anything. And now it's being wrapped around pizza. Little Caesars has unveiled a deep dish 8-corner pizza that will have meat lovers' mouths watering. It has my mouth watering right now. The bacon-wrapped crust deep dish pizza also comes with pepperoni and bacon actually sprinkled on top. Little Caesars says it plans to roll out the item nationwide on February 23rd for only a limited time.
We may be getting closer to setting foot on the red planet. Earlier this week, not-for-profit company Mars One narrowed down 200,000 applicants to 100. By 2024, the company hopes to send manned missions to Mars in an attempt to colonize the red planet. A pool of 24 applicants will man 6 4-man missions, 2 years apart from each other. However, these missions are strictly one-way. A one-way trip from Earth to Mars is expected to take about 7 months. The program faces a major technological hurdle as well. Current technology is not yet capable of sustaining future settlers. A current study by MIT found that MIT found that these explorers are successful in reaching Mars and landing with current technology. They would be able to survive 68 days on the Martian surface.
And we'll be right back with this week's editorial.
That's low. That's low and below. Seriously.
Jangan awal.
This song was created with heartbeats of children in need. Find out how it can help frontline health workers bring hope to millions of children at everybeatmatters.org.
Hey, thanks for stopping by. You know, I followed your character since the first episode. I'm a big fan, big fan.
Thank you.
And listen, your storyline, it makes for incredible TV drama. Thing is, big fan.
Thank you.
And listen, your storyline, it makes for incredible TV drama. Thing is, your drug use is very adult content. Too adult for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, have a good one.
You're a nice lady.
I'm Amanda Eckert with this week's editorial. This past weekend, the widely anticipated movie 50 Shades of Grey was released. The movie, which opened on Valentine's Day weekend, broke records, raking in $94.4 million in the US alone. For the small percentage of people watching this who don't know what 50 Shades is all about, I can sum it up for you in one word: sex. More specifically, it focuses on BDSM, a world of sex that includes, but isn't limited to, bondage, giving and receiving pain, and being dominated. This explains the record-breaking sales because, let's face it, sex sells. But what happens when the book and movies aren't portraying the sexual encounters in an accurate way and are actually romanticizing sexual assault? You get 50 Shades of Grey. Granted, Hollywood isn't known for their accurate portrayals, and they ultimately romanticize everything. But people are having a hard time understanding this, so I'm going to try to break it down for you. While individuals engaging in BDSM relationships partake in some non-traditional sexual acts, they are always done with consent. In a healthy BDSM relationship, there's a lot of communication where the individuals make sure they're both emotionally stable before, after, and during their acts. However, various times throughout the 50 Shades of Grey book, Anastasia talks about feeling manipulated and forced to have sex against her will. The story starts with Christian Grey following Anastasia to her job so that he could talk to her because he was sexually attracted to her. Does that not concern anyone else? This multi-million-dollar franchise starts off with a man stalking a woman because he wants to have sex with her. There are also various parts in the book where Anastasia is scared for her safety and is being verbally abused by Christian. She mentions that he was punching and throwing things, as well as calling her stupid, all outside of the sexual aspect of the relationship, which made her cry and feel unsafe constantly. There's another scene in the book where Anastasia blatantly says no to having sex with Christian and has to kick him off of her, but being the stronger individual, he threatens her and forces himself on her anyway. Does any of this sound like a loving relationship that you would want to be in? It shouldn't, because it's not. It's an abusive relationship that Hollywood's cashing in on while passing it off as love. In America, 1 in 4 women fall victim to intimate partner violence. 81% of women report being stalked by a current or former partner who was also physically abusive. 40 to 45% of women report being sexually assaulted in relationships. And out of all of these, only 25% of physical assaults against women get reported to the police. Sexual assault was hidden in this book because the words sexual assault and rape were not used. We need to see those words more often and make people more aware of them. When students at UConn are reporting rape to police officers who respond with, quote, maybe if you women stop spreading your legs like peanut butter, end quote, there's a big issue at hand. There was a study done where 1 in 3 American men admitted that they would rape a woman. That means at Eastern, with about 2,500 male students, there are about 800 who would rape a woman with no regrets. We need to change the rape culture that we're immersed in, and 50 Shades of Grey is not helping. In fact, it's helping to strengthen the culture and normalize sexual assault. So please, don't waste your money. You don't know who this film could be hurting. Stay safe and be aware, Eastern. Good night.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Packers.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Night owl.
Early bird.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live.
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Body language. Without saying a word, it can tell you so much. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards!
Oh, don't. Oh.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it goes.
Oh, Mom!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you.
Let's go.
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
We'd like to wish you a very happy Chinese New Year here at ETV News. Today is the start of the Year of the Sheep. People across Asia have been celebrating the New Year with fireworks and family gatherings and dance-offs. The sheep is 8th animal in the cycle of 12. It brings very good luck and prosperity.
Are you looking to end hunger on both a global and local level? If so, People Helping People are looking for volunteers on March 2nd to help out at the Covenant Soup Kitchen. An informational booth will be set up at the Student Center on March 2nd from 10:30 to 11 for students to learn more on hunger awareness.
Are you ready to party this weekend? OLOS and the West Indian Society are presenting the Battle of the DJs party. This is a party where different DJs will battle for the crown of Eastern's best. This event will start at 9 p.m. and will take place in the Betty Tipton Room. Eastern student IDs are required and students are allowed one guest, and that guest must have a state ID. Hope to see you all there.
2 years ago, Eastern lost one of our own, tragically. Sophomore Alicia Wiley went missing April 20th, 2012, when she was reported to have been going home to West Haven for the weekend. 4 days later, after not returning to campus for classes, she was reported missing. Last weekend, the main person of interest in her disappearance, her 30-year-old boyfriend, Jermaine Richards, was arrested and charged with kidnapping and murder of Alicia. He is currently being held on $1 million bond.
Have you ever had an idea for how Eastern could improve your safety? Well, it's time for you to voice your opinion. On February 25th at 4 p.m. in the Student Center, room 221, there will be a public forum to discuss Eastern's hazard mitigation plan. The forum will highlight some of the hazards that could present risks to campus operations. Members of the planning committee will be available to answer questions and listen to the concerns of students and the community.
This week, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, our own Lauren Zenzi went out and asked Eastern students how they spent their day. Let's take a look and see what they did.
Love is most definitely in the air here at Eastern Connecticut State University, and we're going to go around and ask some students how they spent their Valentine's Day in none other than romantic Willimantic. Did you have an amazing Valentine's Day?
It was spectacular.
Did you spend it with the one you love?
I did.
What's his name?
Adam.
Where did you spend your Valentine's Day?
I took a 12-hour drive down to coastal Carolina to see my girlfriend.
You are a dedicated human being. How long have you and your girlfriend been together?
4 years.
Did you spend your Valentine's Day in romantic Willimantic?
Yes, I did.
And did you do anything fun?
Yes, I went to Willy Brew.
What did you have?
Nachos.
Have you ever had their potato skins?
No, I haven't.
They're absolutely romantic and absolutely amazing. The potato skins are to die for. Just like love. Who did you spend your Valentine's Day with?
My girlfriend.
What's your girlfriend's name?
Abby.
Very nice. And where did you take Abby?
My house. We didn't go out.
So we're not going to discuss further actions.
If you don't want to.
I mean, we can go there. Are we going there? What did you guys do for Valentine's Day this year?
We went out to dinner in Willimantic. It was very nice and cold, but it was great.
Did you truck it in the snow or did you drive?
We trucked it.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that for love. That takes a lot of love. And what did you guys do for Valentine's Day?
Saw 50 Shades of Grey.
Whoa, halt. How long have you guys been together?
About a week.
About a week ago, they got together right before Valentine's Day. Wow, perfect timing. Was it a great movie?
No.
You regret seeing it?
Oh, very much.
I'm so happy for you guys. This long weekend going so strong. I can see love. It is so exciting. I'm just gonna faint. I definitely felt the love in the air here at Eastern. Oh my goodness, there were so many amazing Valentine's stories. But that's all for ETV News. I'm Lauren Zenzi. Have a great night.
Thank you, Lauren. We hope everyone had a lovely, love-filled Valentine's Day spent with their loved ones.
On Friday, February 20th at 9 p.m., join Cab in the Student Center for Late Night Munchies. This event will have food being delivered every hour. Students can take part in a tie-dye sock station, and Austin Raffron will be performing an acoustic performance. Students can also enjoy a showing of the Hunger Games Mockingjay at 10 p.m. in the Student Center Cafe. We are sure everyone is antsy to find out who the performer is for the spring concert, so be sure to attend this yummy event to find out. As always, be sure to check out the Eastern calendar for events online for more events on campus.
Make sure to join CAB next weekend to watch the Oscar-nominated feature Interstellar. The movie is about a crew of astronauts that travel through a wormhole while searching for a new home for humanity. This film was directed by Christopher Nolan and features award-winning stars including Anne Hathaway and Matthew McConaughey. Students can see it for free in the Student Center Theater on Tuesday, February 24th.
Attention all Eastern students. On Saturday, we wear pink. This Saturday is the Eastern men and women's last regular home game of the basketball season, also known as senior night. There will be a ceremony before each game to honor all the senior athletes for their hard work and dedication. Come out and support your fellow Warriors as they fight to defend our school against the University of Southern Maine for their last time on our home court. Both teams will be wearing pink for breast cancer awareness, so make sure you remember to wear yours. The women will play at 1 p.m. and the men will play at 3 p.m. right here at the Geisler Gymnasium. I hope to see everyone there, and go Warriors!
So now we're off to Matt Malillo with the weather. Matt, what's it looking like this week?
Good evening. I'm here with ETV's first ever five-day forecast. Let's look at today. Today was a very windy one with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour with a high of 15. It actually got below zero with a -5. Tomorrow is looking promising with a high of 17, and it's actually going to get to a low of -7. But look at that sun. It might be partly cloudy. Maybe the sun will come out and, melt a little bit of snow away. I'm sorry to tell you this, everybody. Coming along Saturday, it's going to be a high of 31 and a low of 25. But here comes some more snow with an 80% chance of precipitation. Oh, we're going to have to get those shovels ready, those mittens warm, and that hot cocoa hot, because it's coming again. Come along Sunday, I know it shows snow, but it's actually going to be a mixture with 20% chance of snow, 50% chance of rain. It's going to be a high of 38 and a low of 22. I know this looks like summer weather, but please bundle up. That wind chill is going to be up there again with wind gusts up to 20 miles again. You guys don't want to be stuck in that. Coming around Monday, we're coming around with that sunny sky again with a little clouds. It's going to be a high of 29 and a low of 17. Be careful though, wind chill again is going to be up there with the gust at 20 miles per hour. That is easy to get frostbite with those fingertips not covered. That's all I have here for ETV's 5-day forecast. We'll be right back after these messages with Nick Akinfora in the Sport Update of the Week.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
Ever wonder what makes us, the Smurfs, so happy? The forest, of course. This is where we, along with the beautiful forest creatures, make our home with beautiful plant life, clean water, and endless adventures. It's a place to celebrate. So discover the forest with your family today. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I'm Nick Akinfora with this week's sports update. The Eastern Connecticut men's basketball team has won the conference title for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. The Eastern men's basketball team played UMass Dartmouth this past week, and in that game they won, Eastern Connecticut taking first place, and they had a 3-game lead with 2 games remaining. And this also guaranteed them the 1 seed in the conference tournament. With junior guard Trayshawn Preston out due to an ankle injury, freshman Tarchie Brown continued to stay hot. Brown scored a career-high 29 points in the win. Sophomore Hugh Lindo added 14, and sophomore Brandon Kaczynski added 9 points off the bench. Eastern traveled to in-state rival Western Connecticut State University this past Tuesday, where they defeated the Colonials 70-60. Junior Kevin Mumain had a huge game, scoring 25 points, the first time he scored 20-plus points since November. Lindo added 14 points and a remarkable 19 rebounds. The Warriors host Southern Maine Saturday at 3 p.m. It'll be the final regular season home game for the Warriors' one and only senior, Brandon Yarborough. Congratulations on a great career, Yarbs. Inconsistency and poor shooting sums up the Eastern Connecticut women's basketball season so far this year. They still entered Saturday's matchup, though, tied for first place with UMass Dartmouth in a game where the Warriors shot 15 for 64, yes, 23% from the field. The Warriors fell 56-48. The Warriors fell out of first place, but had a nice win at Western Connecticut Tuesday evening as they beat the Colonials 66-50. UMass Boston defeated Southern Maine, and UMass Dartmouth defeated Rhode Island College. The Maine loss left Eastern alone in second place. The Warriors will need to defeat Southern Maine Saturday and hope for UMass Dartmouth to lose to Keene if they want the 1 seed. Seniors Christina Forsman, Taylor McBride, and Shannon McCourt will play their final regular season home game Saturday when they play Southern Maine. Congrats on a great 4 years, ladies. Michael Jordan, Spud Webb, Vince Carter, and Jordan Levine, yeah, the rookie out of UCLA won the 2015 dunk contest. Levine put on a show at the Barclays Center Saturday night as he earned a perfect score 3 times. 2 dunks between his legs and 1 behind his back had NBA fans in awe. Lights-out shooter Stephen Curry won the 3-point contest with ease. Sunday night, the NBA All-Stars were on display. The Western Conference won the game 163-158 as Oklahoma City guard Russell Westbrook scored 41 points. Westbrook won the All-Star MVP award for the first time in his career. Some would say he's the most clutch pitcher in postseason history, maybe not in all of baseball, but definitely in New York Yankees history. The Yankees have announced they will retire Andy Pettit's number. Pettit pitched the majority of his career in pinstripes, besides a short stint in Houston with the Astros. He finished with a record of 256 and 153 and an ERA of 3.85. The Yankees will also retire the numbers of Bernie Williams and Jorge Posada. Sooner or later, Derek Jeter is sure to join Pettit, Williams, and Posada in Monument Park. Sticking with baseball, here's an interesting story. Major League Baseball has talked about shrinking the strike zone in 2016. Is this a good idea? Well, since strikeouts are at an all-time high and umpires have been bringing batters up at its highest rate ever, maybe it could benefit the game. However, shrinking the strike zone will bring more walks, which will make the game longer. Wait, doesn't baseball want to make games go by quicker? Either way, shrinking the strike zone is a touchy subject, one we'll have to keep an eye on in the future. That's all for sports. I'm Nick Akinfora.
That's all for this week's show. If you'd like to see more episodes, visit the ETV YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I'm Megan Saunders. Have a wonderful, magical weekend.